Ronaldo is back. Ronaldo is back. Hurry, hurry, Ronaldo is back. Woohoo!
The plot Malaysia.
Hello, welcome to the Plot Malaysia. This is our 78th episode, and it's live. This is the show for the fans.
By the fans.
Woohoo! My goodness, what an amazing transfer window that we have. But hey, hurry, don't be too disappointed. Well, United fans out there, of course, are very excited. But hey, this is not just about United's transfer window or Liverpool's transfer window. It's for basically all clubs in the Premier League, or most of them, that has made a significant, business in the transfer window. But hey, it's not just going to be me and Harry talking about this, right, Harry? It's going to be somebody else joining us.
No, we've got a special guest to discuss and do a roundup of the transfer window with us. Ram, I'll let you introduce him, man. He's been on our show before. He runs his own YouTube channel very successfully in Singapore as well. Who are we talking about, Ram?
All right, drum roll, Harry. Drum roll. Come on. All right, guys, we are welcoming our guest for the second time on our show, all the way from Singapore. He's a Spurs fan, and he actually has a Spurs channel called Spurs Nation TV from Singapore. Let's welcome BC. BC.
Hey!
Thank you so much once again for inviting me to your show. So
no problem, bro.
Most of the time, I appear in your comments and disturb.
Now the people know who this BC is, in person.
It only took you a few seconds to say yes this time, BC, because you're top of the table. I'm going to be honest, I'm top of the table.
And by the way,
the next 2 weeks,
I think lesser, but anyway.
International week.
International week, because of that. But BC, I like your initials on your t-shirt. Looks very nice, very cool. Even in Malaysia, I think they will say banyak cantik.
This one is actually our Singapore Spurs supporter groups. When you sign up or when you renew, they will actually do something for you. So last year we did this, as well as we did a mask with the logo.
I see. Fantastic. So great to have you on again on the show, BC. So Harry, do you wanna take the start of the show? And then
listen, guys, we've got to talk about the transfer window, man. It obviously closed, slam shut, like they say, slam shut yesterday. Deadline day is over. All the drama behind that. I think there's no better place to start but the transfers itself. Let's talk about them. But before we get started and discuss the transfers and obviously interact with our viewers about the transfer window as well, I thought a few things I'd like to give you guys an idea about how the transfer window went in the Premier League. So let's start with this, BC. Very interesting. Total net spend on transfers across the Premier League by teams. If you look there, very interestingly, Arsenal were top spenders, net spenders this window, obviously followed by Man United. And we'll talk about the business that both clubs did. Man City followed that. West Ham did a lot of business. Leicester did good business as well. Spurs, BC, not bad, man. This time you put some money in. The owners put some money in as well. And then very low down, you'll see Liverpool net spend was literally only about £11 million. And then obviously there were some teams that made profit, like Southampton, who sold Danny Ings. Brighton made a profit. Aston Villa made a profit, obviously, because they sold Jack Grealish. But they did really good business. So really good breakdown of net spend. And again, like I said, the surprise package were Arsenal in this window in terms of net spend. In terms of the numbers brought in, again, you can see in terms of incoming on a permanent basis, Arsenal had a good 6. Villa had about 8 come in. The big clubs, obviously, Liverpool brought in just 1, Kanate. Man United brought in 3 or 4, and we'll talk about that very shortly as well. Spurs, Spurs did some interesting business, la BC. I think you brought in a couple on loan and then 3 permanent signings as well. There were some outgoings as well for some of these clubs. So really interesting business, BC. What do you think about the business overall across the Premier League, man?
Overall, across the Premier League, I will, if you want to give a grading, I would say I'll grade it an A. I'll grade it an A definitely. Mainly because of this particular signing from Juventus.
Paratici.
No, not for Spurs, for United.
Oh,
CR7. I think he's a cool, but I think it's a master stroke from Jorge Mendes. I think it's a master stroke. Fella was telling the whole world and tempting City with the bid and all. I think he basically forced United's hand,
yes, he did.
Legend fall in City, So out comes the money. A reported almost 400,000 a week for CR. I think it will be money well spent. But then again, age is not on his side.
No,
I still think even though people say age not on his side, I think he has the physical fitness to really be as good as a 30-year-old. I think he's that good of that fit.
I think he's fitter than your 25s, lah.
Yes, of course he is.
Than your 25s, but the thing is, as the body ages, probably maybe in 1-2 years time, when it's 38, 39, you'll see the difference, lah. And my main concern is you do know I work with with a lot of United fans, and then I'm telling them, look at this Bruno Fernandes.
Yep.
Whenever he plays in the Portuguese team with Cristiano, he becomes a bystander. The last Euro, the Euro I just passed, he's almost a bystander, non-existent. Because I don't know why, he's just non-existent. With Cristiano coming in, Bruno is the future and the present. Cristiano is not your future; he's just the present. So will it affect Bruno in a way? I mean, they are maybe La Familia, they are familiar and all, but football. There goes the penalties, man. He will be known as Bruno Fernandes again.
No more Fernandes.
No more Fernandes. Penalties are going to Cristiano.
Can I just say as well, man? You got to just my thoughts on that, right? I mean, obviously it's a coup bringing Ronaldo in. What he will do is he will guarantee you goals, and obviously he'll create a feel-good factor for United fans, etc. I just feel that I think he's. I mean, you're bringing in. I mean, it's almost like United has become an MLS club. Like you're bringing in only the retirees, basically a retirees club. That point of view. So it's very short-term thinking, and not just that. I just feel right. If I was Cavani, I would be pissed, man. You convinced Cavani to extend his contract. Really convince him to extend his contract, and then literally screw him over by bringing Ronaldo in because now Cavani is barely going to play and almost saying, Cavani, give him your number. I just find the whole thing like, if I was Cavani, I would be a bit pissed off with the whole, with the way it's played out now.
I would say, I would have to disagree about the number thing. If you look at Cavani's social media handle, is Cavani 21.
21. Yeah.
Which number 21 United just left?
Daniel James went to Leeds United.
21 is vacant. So to Cavani, 21 is his preferred number.
Yep.
So I mean, if you talk about age-wise, Ronaldo is older than him. You talk about status in the club, Ronaldo is a legend in the club. It's only natural that he get. But I think there is a loophole in the EPL rules that if you make a recommendation or make like a request to the EPL, they can change your numbers. But as of now, they are unable to change the numbers.
So
the
for now, I think no.
Yeah. So he can do. You all got number 16 or not?
I think right now it will be cool to see Ronaldo in number 28. His days when he was in Sporting Lisbon as a youngster. So that number would be cool. So that's a beautiful image that you put on, Hari. It's absolutely beautiful. Very, very happy as well, to see Ronaldo back in action. I mean, wearing this jersey, whatever numbers he have in the beginning doesn't really matter, but he is going to do something for the club. And Hari, you said something about United getting in retirees and so on and so forth. Let me tell you this, Hari. Ronaldo does not qualify as a retiree because his fitness level, he can play until he's 50 years old for all you know, right? So he's not retiring. United are not the MLS club that you think it is. Okay, we are going to come to Anfield. Okay, with all these players, and we're going to whoop Liverpool and have lots of fun. Yeah.
let me just say something, right? I mean, I'm not being sour grapes, like, even though I'm a little bit like maybe, but
for the
not
first
being
time,
sour
Liverpool
grapes,
fans don't know what to say.
not being sour grapes here, but I mean, I think he's a good buy, right? Because he's a United legend, he'll get you tons of goals. He creates a real positive vibe. So I agree with Chirag here, right? He creates a real vibe for the fans, everything. I think I have some question marks still. Even though he'll score goals, how will United line up? Ronaldo last year in Juventus played in a front two. Obviously, he'll play in a front one here as a sole striker. How will they line up? Will he track back? Will he press as much as Solskjaer may want his team to work? Ronaldo dictates he plays basically every time he's fit, right? He dictates that. And even Rooney has said it before. When Ronaldo was even younger and playing for United, Rooney had to do a lot of the dirty work around him. Who's going to do that? Will other United players be willing to do that around Ronaldo now? Those are all the question marks, you see. So we just got to see how that plays out, But obviously, vibe-wise, goals-wise, he'll give you that. I mean, I spoke to a Juventus fan recently, and he actually said that we're glad that he's moved on. We'll be better off as a team without Ronaldo. He was getting goals, but as a team, he feels they will progress without Ronaldo better. So interesting. That was from a Juventus fan. So it'll be cool to see how that plays out, man.
I think I agree with Hari because there is this argument from Portuguese fans as well, the national team, that they say that they kind of play better without Cristiano. But then again, this is a guy that gives you 20 to 30 goals a season,
Yep.
You get what I mean? But I agree with Hari. But with Cristiano here, you can take away Pogba, you can take away everyone. Just put 4 youngsters, just pass him the ball can already. Like.
Well, to be honest, there's a lot of things that were said about Ronaldo in Juventus, in Portugal, of course. But I think the ideal thing that United need right now is that winning mentality back. That is the most important thing that they need back. So
you need a manager.
Yeah, I mean, basically,
that's something I agree with. You can have a team full of superstars. You got to have a manager to manage them, man.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay, so I feel you're right. I mean, of course, Ole's game now it's now tied down to the wire, guys, because he's got all the players now at his disposal. So for sure, he has to show something that he can actually win something, with this team. If he doesn't, then of course it's inexcusable. He is not the right guy. But
Ram,
with Ronaldo, go on, hurry.
Sorry, go ahead, man. Let you finish.
No, I mean with Ronaldo in with Solskjaer, because they were former teammates, right? Obviously, a few years, when he was playing at United. So I think this relationship that is going to be on the team is going to be really, really good and vital to be seen, because Ronaldo could be playing somewhat like a player manager sort of a role behind the scenes, and Solskjaer would be there as well. So I think a lot of these things are going to create a good winning mentality for the team. And I think it's going to change the current situation, of course, at United. And for all Pogba could just decide, hey, I want to play with United. I want to stay longer. So all these things could possibly happen.
There are actually rumors of that already, right? But Ram, I want you to answer this question really quickly, man. Chirag has brought a point up here. This is what he sees. He sees Rashford, Ronaldo, Sancho longer term, because obviously Rashford is injured right now. But in the short term, this is what he sees: Sancho, Ronaldo, Greenwood. What are your thoughts on that?
I definitely see that Sancho, Ronaldo, Greenwood for now, obviously because of Rashford's injury. But I think more than Rashford, I think Greenwood stands a better chance. I feel, because Greenwood is young. He has. I feel his finishing lately has been much better than Rashford, obviously. And I think he can actually bring a lot more edge to the attacking front of United. So with this three, in terms of pace, in terms of finesse, in terms of finishing, I think it's going to be very deadly. So I think, yes, Sancho, Ronaldo, Greenwood for me.
Okay, interesting. What I mean, I would have actually thought this may be a long term as well, because Greenwood I think is on fire, man. He's
on fire, absolutely.
On fire, And he's very, very promising. I mean, we'll put the Ronaldo chat to a side. We'll come back to that again. But just want to get your thoughts, right, both of you. Let's start with BC here, like, because since we have you in the house, BC, we're going to pick your brains, like, here, For all the transfer done by all the teams in the Premier League, apart from Ronaldo, I'm leaving Ronaldo. Is there a standout transfer? Is there one or two transfers you think are standout transfers, good deals for any club? It could be.
Good deals are, I would say, potentially one of the secret best deal that are in the league is from Chelsea, not Lukaku, Saul.
Saul Niguez.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Saul, he will bring in a different dimension to the game for Chelsea. So I mean this Russian club, I think they had a very good window. I think the star signing could potentially be Saul because we already know how good Cristiano is. Varane, we have yet to see Varane without Ramos. So, but that guy is a world-class player, World Cup winner, Champions League winner. So we never know. So I think he had a good first game against Wolves. So, but then again, it's Wolves, you know.
Yep.
Yeah,
I thought Sancho had a very poor game, by the way. But again, first game,
he did.
But I thought he had a really poor game.
It's too early to call any of the current new players that are playing.
But for you, if there's anyone that stands out as a good deal, is Saul. That's the one.
Saul is a good deal. The best transfer is obviously going to be CR, no matter where he goes.
Yep.
But I mean, the best deal in terms of value, I think it'll be Saul on loan.
Yep.
On loan. Saul,
£5 million on loan, right? Something like that.
I mean, you ask the Liverpool fan there how Saul destroyed them.
Yeah, he's brilliant. He's a great player, man.
Yep.
I think he's an absolutely brilliant player. Can I also say? I mean, Ram, what about you? Any standout, any deal, any player brought in for any club? It could be right. It could be West Ham. It could be Leicester. It could be any club. Any player that stood out for you. Any signing that stood out for you. Yeah, this is a good buy, man.
I think that guy Buendia for Aston Villa.
Oh, that's a great signing. Yeah. Buendia.
Yeah, I think he, in my opinion, because of course, yes, you look at top clubs, they've spent a lot of money and so on. Of course, you can say Lukaku, you can say CR7, obviously, but I'm going to leave them out because they used to play in that club before. So I think Buendia is a good, exciting, buy for Aston Villa because Grealish left and so on. So I think it's going to fit quite nice. I think he is someone that stood out for me, Harry. What about you?
Okay, for me, I'm going to throw this in before we answer Chirag's point here, right, about Chelsea. We had a couple of questions come in on Chelsea, comments coming on Chelsea. For me, the one that has really caught my eye so far is Danny Ings. I think for £30 million for Aston Villa, I think that's a great buy, man. He's already scored 2 goals. He's got an assist already. Looks good, man. He probably scored a goal of the season, contender already, right? The bicycle
kick.
Yeah, so I think Danny Ings has stood out for me as possibly a really good signing for Villa, man. Apart from that
signing.
Sorry?
Can I add on to Danny Ings once you are done?
Yes.
I agree that it's going to be a good signing for Villa, proven goal scorer in the league, but I kind of question the move for Danny Ings. You are not moving upwards, you are moving to the same level of club. And Southampton is your boyhood club, Why are you moving this way?
That is
very fun.
I agree with that. That's obviously the point of view from a player point of view, right? But from a club's point of view, I think for Aston Villa, it's brilliant business.
Agree. For a club point of view, signing this fella as a proven goal scorer in the EPL is a master stroke. 30 mil, 30 mil in today's transfer window is like maybe last time 3 mil like that or 4 mil like that.
Yeah.
Goodbye, I agree.
I agree, Sharvan, 100%, man. I think Ings guarantees a minimum of 10 goals. He's quality. He'll probably get 10 to 15.
Yeah, he can score more than that. I think he's
and he's got Buendia. He's got a couple of creative players behind him in Villa as well now. So they will create chances for him. Then we've got a lot of questions, a lot of comments on Chelsea, right? So you spoke about Saul. I think another great signing we can't get away from is Lukaku, obviously, right? And we played Chelsea just a few days ago, so I can tell you they're a quality outfit. Even with 10 men, the organization, the way they defended was brilliant. And the first half, they gave us a really good game as well. My only question mark on Chelsea after they got Lukaku was in central midfield because they only have Jorginho, Kante, and Kovacic. And if one of them gets injured, etc., I think they don't have enough depth in central midfield. But I think getting Saul Niguez has kind of solved that now. So that's why I think they're the most complete team in the league.
But it's like their midfield has not been is like their midfield has never been weak. Even without Saul Niguez, it's been strong all the way.
Yeah,
and now they have Saul Niguez in.
It's just the depth. It's the depth, right?
Yeah.
Injury, etc. They've got someone real quality player to come in as well in Saul Niguez, right?
Yeah. Harry, you are a Liverpool fan, right?
Yep.
Have you heard the news about Van Dijk?
No, what's going on with Van Dijk? He
Oh, what
pocketed
happened?
Lukaku.
He's been arrested in the airport.
Oh, I didn't see that. Is that new?
When he went to back for international duties, he was arrested because that Russian club lodged a complaint, lodged a police report. There are 90 million men missing. So they found him.
He's in his
under
pocket.
arrest right now.
He was in Virgil van Dijk's pocket, bro.
Bro, I tell you something about Lukaku right now. He is not world class. He is a player, he's a striker that will get you 20 goals and above. No doubt. But he will never ever perform against a top team.
I agree. He's a bully, right? He's a flat track bully.
He's a bully. But he's a player that will get you the goals against the lower teams. Not world class.
But at the same time, isn't that what you need? Chelsea needs. They just need someone who can get the points against all the clubs. And and then against the big clubs, they will know how to get a result.
That's what I've been telling the United fans from last time. This fella, you can criticize him all you want. He will score against the lower team. You bully them, Against the big teams, you'll go missing. Even for Belgium, remember Euro against Italy? Finally, they face a good team. He missed sitters. That he will put in if that opponent was another lousy team like England or something. He will put it in. I think not world class. Brilliant signing though.
No, I agree with that 100%. But guys, let's move on. Let's talk about the top six, right? The business done by the top six. I just want to do some comparison of the business done.
But let me just say, there's one team that cannot be considered the top six. It's the London red color one that is currently 20th. Just want to say that.
But
London red color, Crystal Palace.
Yep.
Red and blue
Okay.
Arsenal we're talking about. But listen, very quickly, the most expensive signings in the Premier League this summer. Jack Grealish at £100 million, followed by Lukaku at about £97.5 million. Jadon Sancho was about £73 million. Ben White 50, Rafa Varane 41 million pounds. So top 5 most expensive signings in the Premier League this season so far. Interesting. Let's start, BC. Now I want to take you to the second part of the show where we just want to do a comparison of the Big 6 business. I'm adding Leicester to this so we can call it a Big 7 business and do a bit of a comparison of the front line between these sides as well. So just to give you an idea, Arsenal. We'll start with Arsenal. Nuno Tavares, Albert Sambi Lokonga coming in. Mike Bereth, Ben White obviously is the most expensive of the lot. I think Martin Odegaard, Aaron Ramsdale. There's one more player who's missing from this list. That's Tomiyasu. They signed a Japanese defender on deadline day yesterday, right, from Bologna. Tomiyasu. So that's Arsenal's business done. What are your thoughts on Arsenal business, guys? And basically their start to the season.
Hey, BC, you go first, lah. This is your favorite topic. Go ahead.
Not my favorite topic, lah.
Any Arsenal fans out there?
Yeah, any Arsenal fans out there?
As a Tottenham fan, they are living rent-free in my head.
Yeah.
as an Arsenal fan, Spurs is living rent-free in their head, whether they admit it or not. They can say, we don't care about Spurs, lah. Yep. But of course, you don't care. We are so far away from you.
Yep.
You little bit two extremes of the table. Okay.
They never score goal. We never concede goal. Hey, come on. Lokonga, he's up and coming player. But how many times have Arsenal signed up and coming players and become only up and coming?
Very interesting stat, right? They've spent the most money this summer, highest net spend. But every player was under 23 years old. Ben White was the oldest at 23 years old, right? So is that the issue with Arsenal? Is the recruitment strategy is you're spending money, but the recruitment strategy is a flawed one. Yep.
There is a very well-known saying from a very successful old man who used to say that young kids will not win you shit. Okay, not shit lah. Will not win you titles lah. Okay. So this group don't have a leader. I've said it 1,000 times. No leaders. Ben White, 50 million. He's worth 50 million purely because he's English.
Yes.
That's all. Desperate by Martin Odegaard. Not bad a player. Really, he's quite good to be honest. But you already got that Smith Rowe guy playing the
same. Smith Rowe, I agree. Smith Rowe for me is quality.
That Smith Rowe guy is really coming up. And then what you going to do? You're going to take Odegaard. And then what Smith Rowe going to do? He's going to become the next wheelchair.
Jack Wheelchair.
Aaron's Ramsdale.
Yeah.
You saw any Martinez to get Ramsdale. Okay, Martinez was last season, but Ramsdale for 30 million. Ramsdale is going to be a backup at most. Bertolando is going to be the first. You spend 30 million. God, goodness gracious. Tomiyasu. We have heard so much about Tomiyasu, how good he is. All these people, I want to ask them, have you watched Tomiyasu play?
I haven't actually.
I have not.
Have you watched him actually? Can you tell us? Because Spurs were after him as well. Is he a really good player? Spurs, I know, were after him as well.
I would say he is okay. He's not lousy. He's okay.
Yep.
He's okay. He's not a standout. He is a centre back and right back. He is both.
Okay.
That's the problem with players that are both. I don't like these kind of players. Why?
They're not a specialist.
John O'Shea, masters of nothing, jack of all trades.
Yep.
Is he good in any position? No. So I don't know about Tomiyasu. Saw his first picture. He's already trying to tear away the Arsenal logo already. So Arsenal, I feel, not because I'm a Spurs fan, I feel they spend money. Yes, good for them. Good for them. But I think they didn't have a good transfer window.
Look at the comment.
They've spent a lot of money. They've spent a lot of money, and I agree with you. I mean, I don't know about you, Ram, but I think they've had a poor window because in terms of quality of signings, I mean, Lokonga looks a good player, but again, he's not a leader. He's very, very young. They don't have leaders. What they needed, Arsenal did not get players that they needed. They needed some leaders in there, some experienced heads in there. So they didn't get that. So in my opinion, poor window overall. Ben White could turn out to be a brilliant centre half, but again, not what they need right now. So that's my issue.
In my humble opinion.
You humble opinion. You humble.
To be very honest, Arsenal, I feel very sorry for them. That they are stuck at the bottom of 20th in the Premier League right now, despite all the money they've used, they've spent on all these players. Yes, we all agree on one thing: they don't have leaders in the club, right? But you see, it's not necessary that you must have leaders on the pitch to become successful. You need to have a leader as a form of a manager that can lead that team, in the dressing room, bring them out, and, of course, show them what you can do. I don't even see Arteta, as good enough of a leader to lead that team out on the field.
So that's a good point. That's a good point, guys. Any Arsenal fans, drop your comments as well. But that's a good point, right? Before we move on to the next team.
Now.
Exactly. Let me ask you guys this question before we move on to the next team, right? For you, Ram, Arteta in or out?
Arteta
is it his
out.
fault?
I mean,
is it his fault?
It's okay to put the 100% blame on him is not fair, but he is the manager, so he has to take accountability and responsibility for what's going on. So Arteta out for me.
What about you?
Arteta for life.
Yeah, of course you want Arteta for life.
No, but I mean, truth be told, to be honest, I think it's not his fault for me. It's not Arteta's fault. It's the players. You see the players, the way they play. They are clueless.
No, I think it's again. I won't throw the blame at the players. It's not because I mean, this is a great point by Sharvan, right? But I think it's not. I think.
Oh my gosh, Sharvan, you are on the roll today, man. Oh, cheers to you.
I think big up, bro. I think it's not Arteta's fault. I'm not going to blame the players. If some Arsenal willing to sign you and pay you money, you're not going to say no. Even if you're not good enough, you're not going to. I think it's a recruitment strategy. I think it's Edu, it's the senior management of that club. I mean, even hiring Arteta, come on, that's their fault, right? Arteta is a new up and coming manager. For me, he made the wrong career choice. He should have done something like maybe Steven Gerrard did, for example, take on another club, a smaller club. Rangers is not a smaller club, but in a different league, in a simpler league maybe, and then come back to a club like Arsenal where there's a lot of issues. Arsenal is full of issues. They don't have a proper structure in place. Right up from the top through to the CEO, through to the senior management, Edu, etc. I don't think they do a very good job. So I think it was the wrong job at the wrong time for him, and he's fallen in the trap. So unfortunately, he probably has to go, but I mean, it's a shame because I think it's not all his fault.
Well,
yeah,
possibly, but like I said, he's the manager, so he needs to be responsible.
Yeah, the hard truth is a hard truth, right? But I don't know who. I don't know which manager in his right mind is going to take charge of Arsenal. In my opinion, it's a mess of a job now. So
Zinedine Zidane.
Oh, well. Moving on, guys. Let's talk a little bit about... We already spoke about Chelsea. Lukaku, Saul Niguez. I think we spoke very briefly about them already. Lukaku, great signing. I suppose both of you agree he's pretty good signing for Chelsea. Solves the problem.
Yeah.
I would say I'll grade them A minus.
For the business they've done at Chelsea?
A minus, mainly because I think they lost a very, 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 very good striker in Tammy Abraham.
I agree. Good point, actually. He's killing it in Roma, by the way. He's doing really well in Roma.
How much? 30 million. Come on, 30 million.
He's doing really well at Roma.
Abraham, 30 million. He's how old? 23, 24?
Yeah.
Wow.
Come on.
And he's English. So
Yes,
for that,
I would still grade Chelsea an A, A, because I think they fill their gaps, They needed a striker. They brought an experienced striker, a man who scored a goal. They brought Lukaku. They brought Saul. If they didn't bring Saul, I'd probably graded them a B because I think they needed someone in the middle of the park. Saul gets them that, So I think it's been a pretty good overall window for Chelsea as well.
Chelsea looks fearsome. I can tell you that they look fearsome, guys. If you're a Chelsea fan,
great shout, Chirag. If Arsenal want to stay in the league, not get relegated, bring in the master to keep you in the league. Sam Allardyce, it is.
Bro, let me add on to Chelsea.
Hey, I got one more shout to become an Arsenal manager.
Yep.
You're not gonna like me if I say this, but I think he's a good person. Shabby Singh.
Big up.
Hey, dude, he's a Spurs fan, lah.
I know.
Hey, but let's continue on this topic of this Locomotive London.
Yep.
Everyone's saying that they are it's a very good transfer window when it comes to dollars and cents.
Yep.
Okay. This is a club that have spent more than 1 billion since that Russian took over. More than 1 billion.
Yep.
This transfer window, they have moved away almost 20 to 30 players on loan or permanent.
And they've made a lot of money.
You have to understand how much money they spend on all these players.
Yep.
To move away. 29 players moving away. Every transfer window, they have almost 20 players out on loan.
Yep.
This is what I call, they just buy and buy and buy and buy and buy.
Yeah. Stop buying.
Move.
But you know what, BC? I mean, I know it's not fair on the players many times, but as a business strategy, it's pretty cool, man, because they make a lot of money from them. They end up selling them after they perform well on loan, and they make quite a bit of money from them, which they then reinvest in the squad, etc.
But this is because their owner got unlimited budget.
Funds, yes. I agree.
Yep.
That is the only reason, bro, for a self-sustaining club, it's impossible. Only two teams can do it,
Man City, Chelsea.
Yes, they are the only two clubs.
PSG, don't forget.
Yes, the one is France different talking about England
Yeah, but I think financial fair play is all all out the window. All out the window, yes.
All right, I'm including Leicester in this chat because Leicester always finish at about fifth. They finished fifth the last 2 seasons. I think they've done some brilliant business, by the way. Patson Daka is a great striker. Boubakary Soumare is actually very highly rated from France. Lille won the French Ligue 1 last year. Ryan Bertrand from Southampton. I think they got him on a free. Yannick Vestergaard from Southampton as well. And then the last deadline day, Ademola Lookman on a loan as well.
Wow.
On deadline day yesterday. I think they've done some fabulous business, man. Leicester, again, they always do good business. What do you think, BC?
I think I will grade a B because they have not lost any of their main players.
Yep.
And I personally don't really know these players well. I know Ryan Bertrand, veteran, goodbye.
Daka, you've heard of?
Daka, I've heard of him, but I don't understand that buy. I don't understand that buy unless you tell me it's for the future. Because
it's for the future. He said according to Brendan Rodgers, it's to rotate with Vardy because Vardy is growing old. He can't play every game. He needs someone to rotate with him. Iheanacho apparently is a player who drops deeper, and Vardy makes the forward runs, breaks the lines, and I think they want someone like that.
But he played one striker.
That's funny, right? Because last season he was playing with 2, Iheanacho and Vardy, which is where I saw the sense. Yeah,
and I'm very pleased with that because I go and select Iheanacho, my fantasy.
I did it as well. I selected him as well, and I had to sell him off, so
I'm stuck with him because it's the draft. But anyway, But from fantasy football, I think it's a good buy. I think it's a good window for them because Leicester will not be making those incredible and marquee, attention-seeking kind of transfer. So I think it's good that they managed to keep most of their players like Castinia, Talisman. Vardy will stay there for life.
Tielemans, Harvey Barnes. They kept Harvey Barnes.
And Madison. They kept Madison.
Yep.
So I think for them, keeping these players was a better transfer window than actually getting in new players.
I would put a couple of names out. I mean, I think Ryan Bertrand is a good signing at left back. He's very dependable, consistent, he's quality. And then they lost Fofana to a bad injury, right? So I think bringing in Vestergaard was very impressive for Denmark actually in the Euros. I think he's also a pretty good backup signing in centre half for them.
And we have to understand this Leicester. I don't know where they find their scouts. They always manage to dig out gems.
Yep.
Even if these players any one of these is unknown, like Somarie is, maybe if he's even if he's unknown player, he'll manage to dig out a Kante or Mahrez or something. This is something about Leicester scouting system.
They are going to be a very exciting team to watch.
They will choke at the end of the season.
So I'm basically, of course, I'm going to watch almost all the games, but I'm going to keep very close attention on how Leicester play their football because it's going to be very exciting.
I'm just going to throw in my thoughts here. Boubakary Soumaré, I mean, I've never seen him play, but according to what I've heard and reports, he seemed apparently very, very highly rated player in France. And I'll also throw in a thought. I think signing Lookman on deadline day, I thought it was a really good signing on loan. Ademola Lookman is quality in the forward line. He'll give them options as well. I mean, if I had to grade Leicester, I'd probably give it a B plus or something, B plus to an A. I thought it was a really good window for them, good signings. What about you, Ram?
I think I'll give them a B plus. I'll give them a B plus as well.
Okay, quick final. I have to ask you this question before we end the Leicester chat, right? Ram, will Leicester make top 4 this season or will they choke again at the end?
Oh my God, I hate this question. I think like what we said last time was a bottle job by Brendan Rodgers. So I think they're going to finish 5th.
What about you, BC? Good enough to make 4th or not now? Or no?
That expression says it all, BC.
All right, moving on, guys. We have to talk about BC's club, Spurs. Let's talk about these players, BC. I don't know a number of these players, so maybe you can help us out here. But Golini, I think, is more of a goalkeeper, I think. Brian Hill, very highly rated. Maybe you can tell us a bit about him soon. From Sevilla. Christian Romero, again, very highly rated centre-back. Pape Mata Sarr, Emerson Royal from Barcelona on deadline day. Let me quickly ask you this, BC. Pepe Sarr, is he back on loan? Have you sent him back on loan or is he going to play with you all this season?
He's back on loan. He's someone for the future.
Yep.
You had to do that, right? You had to do that. Okay, let's get back to the pride of North London.
Yep.
First up, you're talking about Sarr. I don't know much about him actually.
Yep.
I never heard of him. I heard of this name Sarr, but not this particular Sarr. So apparently he is sent back to his mother club to for regular football because he will not be able to get regular football with us. So that's for about him. Brian Hugh, I'm sad and happy at the same time with him because he was a part exchange with Lamela.
Yep.
Fella's a top scorer in La Liga now. Bloody hell.
Lamela, really?
Oh,
wow.
Top scorer in La Liga, Lama.
Yep.
So Brian Hugh, he reminds me of a young Ginola. He plays almost like Ginola.
Oh wow, I love
He's
Ginola,
not afraid to take on players. I saw him briefly during the Olympics because he's brief lah. I think he's not bad, and I saw the games on the against in the Conference League qualifiers. The fella's not too bad. The assist he gave for Harry was solid. So I would think he's someone to watch out and look out for. Golini is not here as a backup. Golini is one of Italy's goalkeepers. So next, Golini is Atalanta's number 1. He's not a backup. He came from Atalanta as the number 1. Rather experienced player already. So Golini, he is not, from what I understand, from my not sources lah, for my links in Spurs. Golini is here to back up Hugo and to challenge Hugo for the number 1. Hugo's not young anymore. Hugo just recently celebrated his 300 appearance. Congrats. And then Romero, honestly speaking, before coming to Spurs, I've heard of him, but I've never seen him play. But apparently he was Serie A's top defender last year.
Yeah, for Atalanta, I think, right? Was he Atalanta?
Atalanta as well. Yeah. Atalanta, yeah, for 47 mil. By the way, he's on loan. But with an option to sign for 47. I think it's a forced option, no choice.
Okay.
If you are thinking why on loan, is because he is a Juve player. So he just Atalanta just triggered the Juve clause to sign.
Okay, that's why. Okay.
So you cannot move you cannot move permanently twice in a window. So that's why. Emerson Romero, he is from the glimpse I saw him play. I think potential hard attack. That fella is a attacking centre back.
Oh wow, interesting.
He will go and attack from centre back. He win the ball in centre back area outside the box and start dribbling all the way to the front.
Yep.
Very scary, the guy. But he is apparently class. So who knows? I'm hoping for wonders from him. And Emerson Royal.
This one is interesting, right? Emerson Royal, apparently very highly rated by Barcelona. Obviously, you took advantage of Barcelona's issues, lah.
Yeah, he is highly rated. He recently just signed
Barcelona
or something. He is apparently supposed to be Dani Alves replacement or something. He plays like Dani Alves. I hope he becomes like Dani Alves. But I think he's a good signing because we see Tanganga now on the right back. Yeah. But Tanganga is not a right back. He's a centre back. So now we got specialized. Remember what I thought I was mentioning earlier about specialized positions? Emerson is a specialized right back. I would rather have a specialized right back and then move Tanganga to the center. Currently, Dyer and Sanchez are having very good season, but 3 games only. We all know what these two are capable of. They are capable of this one brain fart. So we don't know how long this solid defensive combination will last, but I'm very glad we have Rodon coming back from injury. We have Tanganga probably will be moving back to centre back, and then of course we got Romero coming in. So I think defensively we are settled. Attacking we are settled. Sunny, sorry Harry, Sunny signed a new contract.
Yeah,
and Ram has been asking me since the start of the window, even before the end of last season, is Harry Kane leaving or not? I told him Harry Kane is not leaving unless the transfer is met. The price is met. Price is not met, not even close. Only one bid of 75 million plus add-ons. Come on, Harry Kane 75 million. Come on. We are looking at least 150 pounds, not euros, pounds, not euros. So Kane is not leaving. Very good. Very good. Kane's not leaving. We have Kane. So the only disappointment I have is probably we did not get a creative centre mid. Look at my centre mid now. The main one is Kippy and Højbjerg. They are not attacking. They can't move the ball up. We don't have anyone to move the ball up.
Yep.
Yeah. So I was hoping to maybe even get Ruben Neves, but didn't materialize. Apparently he's rated at 14 million. But
Ruben Neves, correct. United was also after him.
How would you grade your window then, man? Give us a grade for
Spurs. I would say A minus as well, because A minus we managed to move out players that we are not using anymore, like Sissoko and of course Aurier.
Got it. What about I've got to ask you this, Aurier, man. You talk about Emerson Royal. Why couldn't you move Aurier?
Aurier, apparently I think nobody was in for him because they will have to pay a transfer fee and pay him a wage. So he have mutually agreed to with the club to terminate his contract.
He's left, is it?
He's left this morning. So for people who don't know how it works, basically mutually terminate contract means Aurier wants to be a free agent so that he can take his time to choose a club. Yeah. So by mutually agreeing to, because if you don't mutually agree to terminate a contract, the club don't release you.
Yep.
Yeah. So by mutually terminating the contract means that he's free to go, and I think it's a very nice move. I think Aurier is a very divided opinion among the fan base. He has his drain farts, he has his good days, And of course, I will say his commitment to the club is 101%. Remember last season, we had no right backs. His brother just passed away and he agreed to play.
Yeah.
He's a cult legend. I would say he's a cult legend. That's all. He'll be remembered.
Cult hero he is.
Cult hero.
All right. So now that we have done Spurs, let's talk about. I think there's only one big one here, Man City, which is Jack Grealish for £100 million. Well,
is he worth the money?
Another oil-rich club. £100 million. Is he worth the money for you, BC? Did City do good business for you?
BC's expression is $1 million. Okay, I think your expression is worth more than Jack Grealish's price.
While BC is gathering his thoughts from, what do you think, man? Is Jack Grealish worth £100 million, and did Man City do good business?
No way, £100 million. In my opinion, good player, definitely. He can do so much. He has shown what he can do for Man City already. So he's scored a goal already. So he can, but not £100 million for me. I think it's a shame to pay that much for a player like that. Yeah.
I don't know where you stand on it, man.
Jack Grealish. Okay, from my sources, this is what happened with Jack Grealish. You got players like Foden and De Bruyne injured. So Aston Villa apparently was prepared to accept an offer of £85 million. However, he has a £100 million release clause. So City was very eager to bring him in immediately, start training and integrate him in the team. That's why they 15 million small change for them. They activated the release clause, get him in straight away. So there was no haggling, there was no bargaining. The last thing they want was to delay that transfer. I feel that bringing in Jack Grealish is another dimension. But I don't think he will bring anything extra to the team. Take nothing away from Jack Grealish. Good player, brilliant player, but he's not going to bring anything extra that the team don't already have. That team needed Harry Kane.
Yeah, it did. I agree. That should have been their priority. The 100 million should have been put towards Harry Kane. But you're wrong when you say he won't bring anything. I'll tell you what he'll bring to that club. He'll bring free kicks, bro. He'll bring a ton of free kicks to Man City.
A lot of free kicks. Yes. So I was saying, Jack Grealish, I think why I say he don't bring anything to the club, you got Mahrez, all these already same kind of players. Why you need a finisher, but currently they're scoring for fun. So it doesn't really.
Currently
make sense.
Currently, Ferran Torres is doing great. Ferran Torres.
Yeah, he's doing okay. Personally, they had a bad transfer window. Why? They didn't get Kane. They didn't get Lionel Messi. They didn't get Cristiano Ronaldo. Basically, the main players they wanted, they didn't get. For that, I give them a B minus.
I'll give them an E.
I'm going to give them a C actually, because I thought their priority should have been a striker, Harry Kane. All the money should have been thrown at Spurs. Harry Kane should have been the priority, or getting a number 9, a proper number 9, right? Jack Grealish, I agree with you, BC and Ram as well. I don't think he's worth £100 million. I think he's a quality player, but I don't think he's worth £100 million. Especially not to City, because he's very similar to what they have already. He's a bit different, okay? Maybe he keeps the ball a bit, wins them free kicks, but I don't think it's what they needed, And the other thing, and the other thing I'll say, City play very quick football. You see, they get the ball, they like to play one touch, move it. Yeah. Jack Grealish likes to hold the ball, so I don't know how much it impacts their game moving forward as well. He likes to keep hold of the ball.
It doesn't matter. They are scoring for fun.
I agree. But again, they're playing Norwich, man. They played Norwich and they played Arsenal. And they played Arsenal, which, Arsenal is even worse than Norwich.
Which I agree. You see, they played 3 games. They lost to the one on the top and they beat the 2 at the bottom.
I would give City... I would give City a D or an E in this transfer window, because like what you said, BC, they did not get the players they wanted and they did not get the players they needed. Yes. To be honest. So it's they did not get the players they want or even need. So it's basically just showing, hey, I've got money. Okay, I'm going to snap this player off of people's hands and I'm just going to put them in my team. So it's all about just, showing off that you have lots of money. And of course, again, the FIFA fair play goes down again. So I give them a D for this.
Can I add on something about City?
Yeah.
This Pep Guardiola getting on my nerves,
King.
No. Mr. Pep Guardiola, you spend almost $1 billion already, and you can't complain that you got no money to spend. Nama, headache lah.
Yeah.
Headache lah.
Yeah. He spent 1 billion. He still hasn't won a Champions League.
Since we're talking about money and not in having enough money to spend and all, let's talk about my boys, lah, bro.
Congratulations, lah, bro.
Let's
Congratulations.
talk about my boys, lah. We've got to talk about Liverpool, lah, and get your thoughts. Obviously, we only had one signing. We brought in Ibrahima Konate, was the
Yep.
man that we brought in as well. So I'll get straight to it, lah, BC. I mean, I've spoken a lot about it. You tell me, bro. Hi,
Hi,
Aman.
Aman.
Thanks for
Yeah.
joining.
Hero.
joining.
Hero.
What will you rate? What will you rate Liverpool's transfer window?
I would say
They need to have a window.
I would say a D lah. Apparently you resign your tea lady, right? Jokes aside, guys, jokes aside. Jokes aside, I feel this is just what I feel as a third party viewing Liverpool's transfer. I think Liverpool, Van Dijk is like a new signing. They miss him the whole last season.
Yep.
Harvey Elliott is making the move to the first team. I was watching the first game with a Liverpool friend of mine.
Yeah, I want to ask you that actually. What do you think of Javier? Because I'm watching him with red tinted glasses, right? I want an unbiased opinion. What do you think of him?
I'm watching him with a bit of biasness because earlier when he just moved to Liverpool from Fulham, he was making fun of Harry Kane. So I'm like, this dude who lah. But I think that he is quite impressive. He has impressed me so far. Don't get me wrong.
Yep.
I think he has a bright future. He's apparently the replacement for Ronaldo.
Yep.
And I think having Matic and Van Dijk back is a very good window because you basically have a new defender back.
And Gomez, don't forget Gomez as well.
I don't rate Gomez lah. So I think
Okay.
Konate is the natural partner for who is the fella, Van Dijk. And you got Tsimikas who suddenly become good lah.
Oh, he's fantastic, man. Yeah.
And
He's like a new
Robertson,
signing also.
Yeah, with Robertson now.
Yep.
I think Liverpool is in a good place because they are already having a solid team. They are just making small little changes to get ready because you don't have to really get ready for the future because your players are on your prime and coming to their prime. So you just need to make small changes here and there. And I believe Jurgen Klopp is a genius in the market.
Yep.
He's a genius in the transfer market.
Let me give my thoughts here. I think you've got great points. So yeah, we've only signed one player, and everyone's obviously making fun of Liverpool, etc. But
not everyone, only the one beside you.
Okay. I mean, I feel we don't need a midfielder replacement for Wijnaldum. I've agreed with that because we've obviously got Elliott coming in. Plus, there's Curtis Jones who played last year. He's going to get more games this year. Plus, you have to remember last year, the reason why Wijnaldum played a lot is because Henderson and Fabinho were playing in defense. Thiago was injured. Then Henderson was injured. So now with all these guys back, with a full defense back, we've got 8 midfielders, by the way. We've got 8, yeah? Thiago, Henderson, Fabinho, Milner, Curtis Jones, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain,
The guy useless.
Harvey Elliott, and Naby Keita. That's 8 midfielders for 3 positions. So we're well stocked there. My only issue was we needed one for the forward line and the simple reason is because we've got 4 now, right? We've got Jota, Firmino, Salah, Mane, and then we've got Minamino and etc. But Origi, I think he's not a favorite for Klopp, as you know. Minamino doesn't seem to be a favorite as well. So my issue is when people like Salah and Mane go away for the African Cup of Nations, etc., we will need another forward player. So the one I wanted was another backup forward player, a pacey dribbler, really, to come in and play for Liverpool. So that's my only issue. But apart from that, I mean, I think Konate is going to be a top-class defender. He is a top-class defender. Plus, I think the one thing Liverpool have focused on this summer is extending contracts for the core of the team. Mm-hmm. So people like, we have lost people like Suarez in the past, Coutinho, the Barcelona, Madrid's come calling. Now we're not having that issue. We have re-signed Henderson, Fabinho, Alisson, Van Dijk, Robertson, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Salah will be re-signing soon as well. So I think they're trying to keep the core team together and like BCC add 1 or 2 over the next 1 or 2 years. So from my point of view, not the worst window. I'll probably give us a B still, because I still think, or a B minus, because I still think we are short. We needed one player in the forward line.
For Liverpool, who is already quite complete, you don't need to make overall changes to disrupt the whole. I believe the other team, the next team you're going to show, need to make a lot of changes.
Let's talk about that team, man. Let's talk about the team that I'm going to show. the team that has done apparently the best business in the transfer window, not just in England, but probably in not Europe, because PSG has done the best business in Europe, but the best business in England, Jadon Sancho, Tom Heaton, Rafa Varane, and Cristiano Ronaldo. I mean, we've spoken quite a bit about Ronaldo already, but let's grade this window for them, and let's see. I mean, from your point of view, before we get to Ramla, BC, how do you think they did, man? Can they win the league with those signings?
I am genuinely worried about United.
Oh wow, interesting.
I'm genuinely worried about United. Okay, first of all, they signed Sancho, who is a solid player in Dortmund. He didn't. I don't know how he plays. To be honest, I never really. I never really see him play much, but I don't. So I can't really comment. But from what I read and from what I heard, Sancho is a diamond.
Yep.
Then you got Tom Heaton, who's gonna win the league for you without playing a single game.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm copying what my United friends say. And then you got Rafael Varane. That guy is world class. I mean, people keep saying that he's a fraud without Ramos. I don't think so.
He showed in the Spurs game. He showed in the Wolves game that
I think with Ramos, he becomes very good. Without Ramos, he's not bad. He is good, but I think he might be the one leading your captain, your Maguire. Yeah, so I think that combination might work, and if it works, it's scary. Then you got Mr. Cristiano Ronaldo back. Here is my take on Cristiano Ronaldo. The reason why he wants to leave Juve is on the down. Recently lost to Empoli as well.
I think it's an ego trip, bro. Messi moves. He wanted to be about him, bro.
Exactly, because you see now Messi is going to a new league to try to win things. So this Cristiano is going to prove to Messi and his fans that, hey, look, dude, here's what I'm going to do. At 36, I'm going to the worst, toughest league and dominate that league. Take that. You're playing in the 6th league now. I think it's that way. And of course, we know how close he is to Sir Alex. Probably make a phone call. Hey, boy, come home.
Yep.
You never know. You never know why his thank you message.
That was possibly what happened.
He's like his illegitimate son, but the son he never had. So I would say Liverpool, sorry. United, I would say easily a A+. Never lose any major players. Yep. You sign a world-class defender, a world-class midfielder forward, and an upcoming midfielder, and you got 2 out of the 3 Brave Lions who miss penalties.
Yep. I'm giving them an A+ as well. As much as it pains me to say, I think it's an A+ window for United. But here's the question, right? Here's the question that I'm going to ask. Now, with the team they have put together, for me, they have to win either the league or they have to win some major trophies. But they also have to challenge for the league and potentially win the league with that team. So this is a question for you, Ram, now.
Yeah.
Would you be satisfied if you don't win anything this year? And is Ollie's job on the line? Is Ollie's job on the line now if he doesn't win anything this year?
Okay. First of all, shout out to Eugene from Spurs U Asian. Thank you so much with the comment. Yes, but I told Eugene yesterday as well on the stream on Spurs U Asian that I think it's inexcusable that now with all the players that he has, he does not win something. Okay, like what you say, something major, or he does not challenge for the title. Like I will be absolutely baffled if you see United being 10, 15 points behind the league leader, whoever it may be, and stuck in second place. That is not acceptable in my books. If you have all these players at your disposal, now the pressure comes to the manager. Okay, you wanted these players, you got these players. Unlike City did not even get the players they wanted or needed, but Ole got the players that he wanted. Okay, he missed out a few, but I think it's a brilliant transfer window. It is now his time to show what he can do to bring the title back home to United. So if he doesn't win it, Hari, I think it's Ole's time is up. I'm going to be very honest. If you're a United fan out there, if you think otherwise, do share in your comments. If you agree with me, do let us know as well. That's what I feel.
Okay, interesting. I think so as well, man. I think
Yep.
with this team now, if he
Yep.
doesn't win, yes, Eugene, you're top of the league, man. BC, you can sing and dance with him. But yeah, I mean, for me as well, with the team they've put together now, all his jobs on the line. His KPI has just gone up. He has to win something, guys. Before we end the show,
Yep.
I got something really interesting. I want to get really quick predictions. Not predictions, lah. I want to get a ranking from you guys, lah. This is a bit of a surprise section, but
Okay.
we're gonna look at the top six, and I'm going to include Arsenal in the top six, lah. Even though they're not, I include them in the top six.
Hey, bro, when the last time they were in the top 6 lah?
The top six, big six, or what they call them. Okay, so the front three of the top six, and I want to get your opinion and rank them. Okay. So obviously for Arsenal, it's Pepe, Lacazette, Aubameyang potentially. For Chelsea, it's Lukaku, Havertz, Mount. Liverpool potentially is Jota, Mane, Salah. Spurs front three could look like this: Kane, Son, Lucas Moura, who started off with a house on fire. United is probably going to be Ronaldo, Sancho, Rashford, and City. I mean, it could be anyone, lah, but I'm probably Grealish, Ferran Torres, Gabriel Jesus, Sterling. You can just add on, lah. But let's rank these, my friends. I'm going to start with you, Ram. Rank them from 1 to 6 in terms of their front threes. Best,
So the team,
best
you
front
mean?
three. Yeah, the
team.
best front three to the worst front three, first to sixth.
Okay, I'm gonna put on my neutral cap over here, right? So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be just because I'm a United fan. I'm gonna say that I think the best front top three for me for now would start with Man City first.
Yep.
And then I'll go with Chelsea. Okay, and then I'll go with United.
Yep.
Then I'll go with Liverpool,
Yeah.
Spurs, and Arsenal.
Okay. So Chelsea, City, United, Chelsea, Liverpool, Spurs.
No. City, Chelsea, United,
United,
Liverpool, Spurs, and Arsenal.
Okay, interesting. Very, very modest there, Ram. Not like you to be very modest. What about you, BC?
I'm going to
Rank
rate
these-
them based on how they have performed and
Okay.
against every single club that performed. At
Okay.
number six, Arsenal.
Because they never score a goal, they easy.
Yeah, that's
I don't even know why they are in the equation lah.
big six, bro. We have to throw them in. All right.
Okay, at the bottom we have
Arsenal.
Arsenal,
Yep.
followed by Chelsea. Because like I say, Lukaku will not perform against the big teams. I'm
Wow,
talking about
interesting. You've gone Chelsea. Interesting.
number 3.
Number
Bottom 3 lah. I will
Number
go
four.
with
Number four.
City.
Yep.
Then I'll go with Spurs,
Okay.
United,
Yeah.
and at the top, Liverpool.
Oh, very interesting. He's going to Liverpool for the top. Oh, wow. I'm
As a
very
matter
happy
of
about
fact,
that, bro.
I'm going to say something now. It's only 3 games in the season.
Yep.
You can rewind this episode at the end of the season.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to do it. Yeah.
Liverpool's going to regain their title.
Oh, man. Your words are golden for me, bro. I needed that.
Big
No,
words.
golden
Big
for-
words.
Bro, all these teams are scary, no doubt. City is scary. United is scary.
Chelsea.
Locomotive London is scary.
Yep.
Locomotive London.
London.
But these teams, their team is new, all mix up, mix and match, Liverpool is a complete team, has been playing together all this while, and their talisman is back. The problem last season, people refuse to admit it, because of Van Dijk, Van Dijk out, Gomez out, Matip out, which means they got no bloody centre back. Who become their centre back? Their centre midfielder. Who become their centre midfielders? They are non-midfielders. How to play lah?
Yeah.
You
Like
ask
playing
Cristiano,
in the padang like that, bro.
Cannot lah. This season is different. If they manage, you notice when they won the Champions League and when they won the league the next season, they had complete teams. They had complete teams, and the team was not separated, was not destroyed by injury, whatever. They steamroll everyone, But
Absolutely.
Liverpool got I would say a weak link.
Yeah.
They got a weak link. That guy cannot make it. Oxlade-Chamberlain lah.
Yeah. Arsenal boy, former Arsenal boy. You will never say good things
No,
about
but,
him, bro.
jokes aside, I think Liverpool is the team to look out for, even though they didn't make much. They don't have to make any transfer. They don't have to. But I would say I'm rating Cristiano United number 2 only mainly because of Cristiano.
Yeah, I know.
He a one-man strike force. I told you, you put 4 youngsters with him, pass him the ball, he will score. Whether or not you win or lose is another matter altogether. But
You want to give yours?
Ranking,
Yeah.
I'm going to rank, right? I'm actually going the other way around, man. Funny enough, I'm going to put United's front three at the top. I think with Ronaldo there, with Sancho potentially turning on the heat, and then when Rashford comes back, primarily because of Ronaldo. I'll probably say on paper, they're probably the top. I'll say Liverpool's the second with our front three. I will go with Man City's third. I will then go with Chelsea's. And then I'll go with Spurs and of course Arsenal right at the bottom, man. Actually, Spurs have a decent front two. My problem with Spurs is the third person in there. Lucas Moura started off well, but inconsistent, etc. So when you look at a front three, then that's why Spurs, I rank them fifth. But if it was just a front two, I think they'll probably be up there at the top. So
you're right there,
that's my ranking.
The team with the player with the most assists and most goals are bottom. You're bad, you're
Arsenal. Arsenal.
No lah, that one I tell don't count them lah. Why you even, bro? This team can't even put string together. Pass lah, yo, they are horrible.
I think Arteta should go and play on the field back for Arsenal.
Arteta go down also the same lah. Bloody hell.
All right, guys. Listen, it's been a really fun episode, BC. Great having you here, man, and covering the
always a
window
pleasure, my friends.
and the roundup. It was good, really good fun, good humor. And look out for the rest of the season, guys. I mean, it's going to be fun. I think when the international break is finally over, I'm praying it's over as soon as possible. I think this league is going to explode again, man. It's going to be fun. Champions League back as well, so it's going to be really good fun, man. Thanks a lot, BC, for joining us. Over to you, Ram.
Hey, BC, once again, thank you so much for being here. Your expressions today were, of course, was priceless. Your humor. We really enjoyed your insights in football. It was absolutely brilliant. But I'm disagreeing with you on Liverpool winning the title. That's one thing I'm going to say before on the show. So, but other than that, of course, really, really fun. Guys out there, if you're watching this, thank you so much for keeping your comments coming in. Good insights as well. We want to hear more from you. So look out for the next show as well. We're going to continuously bring you the best we can. And of course, hey, let's hope the international week ends soon so we can watch more Premier League and Champions League. So BC, join me, yeah? So signing off from the Plot Malaysia. This is the show for the fans.
By the fans.
Wrong side.
Walk on.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, guys. And BC is the only one who's not waiting for the international break to end, by the way. So as long as Spurs will still be top.
He wants to stay on top.
End the season right now.
End the season. Cheers, man. Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Bye-bye.